Curious about how an estate agent goes about valuing your home? Well, it might sometimes seem like rocketing house prices are figures plucked out of the air. It's a bit more scientific than that. Stay tuned because we've got the inside track on how the professionals do it. Plus, watch to the end for our must-know guide to trends in the market. If you're selling, this is one not to miss. And if this is the kind of property insight you love, make sure you're subscribed to this channel. Now, finding the right professional to take care of the sale of what's likely to be your most valuable asset is an important task. Don't leave that to luck. Use the link with this episode to find your local Property Mark estate agent. The Property Mark logo means your estate agent has the qualifications and know-how to do the job to the highest standards and is fully compliant with all the legalities around buying and selling. The average property price in the UK has increased an astonishing 50% in the last decade. But how do we arrive at these house values? Well, estate agents are the ones who set a sales price for our homes. Although it's called an estate agent valuation, what they're actually doing is gauging an asking price, the amount they believe they can advertise your home for sale and attract interest and offers. When an estate agent estimates a sale valuation, they use a mix of data. They'll consider the type of property, number of bedrooms, proximity to transport links, local amenities, and the location, and compare these factors with what similar properties have sold for recently in the area. This is called comparable sales data. They're also factoring in nuances of your property. This could include standout features and the general quality of the home, and anything from the age of the heating system to how well it's been extended and presented. This is where they own experience and knowledge of the local housing market, and what buyers are looking for comes into play. Once they have all the necessary information, they'll advise you how much they believe your home is worth and suggest a price to list it on the property market. At this point, you decide if you'd like to instruct the agent to sell your home and also whether you want to accept their valuation, because ultimately, it's up to you and how much you advertise your home for, and you're free to instruct them to ask for a higher or lower than their valuation. Although we would suggest accepting their advice is probably a good idea. Estate agents don't charge for a valuation. If you decide to instruct them, they'll take a percentage of the agreed price when the sale goes through. So there's no obligation on when an estate agent values your home. And for this reason, most sellers want to ask 2 to 3 estate agents for their views on price. The process itself doesn't take long, but it begins even before they step through your front door. They'll have done some research before they visit. They'll be looking for comparable sales data. And then when they see your home in person, they'll look at its condition and discuss your selling requirements before providing estimated sales price. Because this is a face-to-face time, it's important for you to gauge how well you'll work together and, to be frank, for the agent to sell their service and expertise to you. A valuation can take anything between 15 minutes and an hour. And it's your chance to ask the estate agent how they plan to sell the property, what they sold recently that's similar, and how long did it take, and so on. Although a property valuation isn't like a viewing with a potential buyer, it is worth making your home sale ready. While an estate agent is perfectly able to see past clutter and a few outstanding home repairs, a home where the owner has taken time to present it at its best shows you're serious and that you're going to maximise its potential for viewings. If it isn't quite to the standard, then a good agent will advise you on what you could do to stage your home for sale. Now, the last few years have been a great time to be a seller, but the market is changing. Rising interest rates have led to more expensive mortgages and a slower property market. In some areas, prices have even dipped. So here are 5 trends we're seeing that you need to be aware of in today's market. With static or even declining prices in some places and more properties for sale, buyers suddenly have more choice than before as supply starts to catch up with demand. Multiple offers could be a thing of the past, as most buyers will want to negotiate. That comparable data I mentioned, well, it's available to anyone if you want to spend some time looking through the sold prices on the property portals. Buyers are wary of being caught with negative equity and unwilling to pay more than the market value. They also know that a house that sticks on the market is likely to see a price cut, which means that properties with overly punchy price tags are hanging around for longer periods. A while back, the trend for improving homes was so strong that project properties were commanding almost as much as move-in ready places. No more. With the price of building materials spiralling and builders themselves hard to secure, buyers are looking for homes that don't need much work. The recent increase in the popularity of new build homes backs up this trend, so getting your house in best condition really is important. The other squeeze on prices is that mortgage companies have toughened up their lending criteria. More than ever, they want to ensure they only lend to people who can actually afford the repayments. And mindful of how the market can change, lenders also want to be sure that they can recoup their money if they need to, so they won't approve a loan for a home that they believe has been overinflated on the price tag. This means buyers often can't pay over the odds, even if they've fallen in love with the property. Cash buyers are looking for the best returns. They're out shopping for bargains with the aim of finding a good property deal that gives them the value for money, so expect them to negotiate hard. All this means getting the right estate agent on your side is vital. If you're realistic about price and take advantage of your agent's know-how, you'll be able to set the best price in a decent timescale.